Welcome to the Learn English Easily and Fluently. The man woke up to find himself accused of a murder. He doesn't remember, but did he really do it? This story is inspired by real events, packed with mystery and suspense. Imagine closing your eyes for just a moment, and when you open them, you find yourself behind bars, accused of murder. You have no recollection of what happened, yet every piece of evidence points directly at you. Your fingerprints are on the weapon, witnesses saw you fleeing the scene, and security cameras captured your face with undeniable clarity. But you know you didn't do it, or at least that's what you believe. How can someone be convicted of a crime they have no memory of committing? Is there someone orchestrating your downfall? Or is the truth far more terrifying than you can imagine? On our channel, Learn English Easily and Fluently, we don't just tell stories. We immerse you in some of the most thrilling and enigmatic mysteries. Stay with us until the very end. This story will make you question everything, even yourself, waking up in a nightmare. Adil awakens to the dim glow of a flickering yellow light inside a cold, damp prison cell. His hands are restrained in tight steel cuffs, and the heavy iron door is locked shut. The air is thick with the stench of mildew and decay. A throbbing pain pulses through his skull, as if he had been struck violently. His vision struggles to adjust to the darkness. But then he notices something alarming. His wrists are shackled. Before he can process what's happening, he hears the sound of approaching footsteps. Suddenly, the cell door swings open with force. A stern-faced officer steps inside, his eyes filled with disdain as he slams a stack of photographs onto the table in front of him. Officer, coldly, confess, you murdered the man last night. We have all the evidence. Adele stares at the photographs in horror, a lifeless body drenched in blood. But the most shocking detail? The figure in the pictures, the alleged murderer, is wearing the exact same clothes as Adele. How is this possible? Could he truly be the killer without remembering? Adele desperately searches his mind for answers. The last thing he recalls is driving home after a long, exhausting day at work. He had stopped at his favorite cafe, taken his usual seat, and ordered his coffee. Then, nothing. Absolute darkness. His memory is a void, as if someone had switched off his consciousness in an instant. Where did those missing 6 hours go? And who could have set him up for this crime? All the evidence is stacked against him, yet he maintains his innocence. The officer methodically lays out the damning proof. His fingerprints are on the murder weapon. Surveillance footage shows someone identical to him at the crime scene. An eyewitness swears they saw Adele fleeing the location. Did he commit the crime in a state of insanity? Or is there a far more sinister force at play? Unraveling the truth, Adele remains steadfast in his innocence and demands legal representation to expose the truth. As the investigation unfolds, his attorney makes a startling discovery, something that could completely alter the course of the case. The individual captured in the surveillance footage doesn't move like Adele, and upon closer inspection of the video, an anomaly is uncovered. A brief, almost imperceptible glitch in the recording, suggesting that the footage has been tampered with. The shocking revelation. Further forensic analysis unveils an even more disturbing truth. Adele was under hypnosis on the night of the murder, and upon revisiting the cafe, investigators identify a highly suspicious figure who had been sitting near him, a man notorious for fraud, manipulation, and deception. His name? Yassine, an old adversary of Adele, driven by a long-standing vendetta. But the reality is even darker than anyone could have predicted. Just as the pieces begin to fall into place, another forensic report emerges. This one unveils a terrifying detail. Adele is not just a victim of hypnosis. He suffers from a rare psychological disorder that compels him to act without retaining any memory of his actions. A thorough neurological analysis reveals an unsettling pattern in his brain activity: blackout periods where time simply vanishes from his recollection, entire experiences erased as if they had never happened. The medical findings suggest that this may not be the first time he has acted unconsciously. The lead investigator fixes his gaze on Adele, his expression a mixture of disbelief and concern. "Adele, are you absolutely certain this has never happened to you before?" A cold shiver runs down Adele's spine. His breath catches in his throat. A terrible, gnawing feeling rises from deep within him. Something whispers in the depths of his mind. This is not the first time. Without warning, the interrogation room door swings open. Another detective steps inside, carrying a thick case file. He places it on the table and, with a chilling monotone, utters the words that make Adele's blood turn to ice. "We have another case, and the DNA is an exact match." If Adele is truly a victim, then who is the real murderer? And if he is the murderer, how many times has he killed without knowing? Do you believe Adele is guilty, or is he just another pawn in a much bigger game? Share your thoughts in the comments below. But be warned, the truth may be more terrifying than you think. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel to stay tuned for more thrilling and thought-provoking stories. See you in the next episode.